Hi everyone, Jen here for Memory Keeping with Jen. Happy New Year. We are now officially in 2026. Today is actually New Year's Day, and I have a few minutes and I decided that I'm going to take some time and do a couple pages. I did not do so well on my page a day for 2025. I did start out strong from January through June. I did complete most of the months a page a day. Even if it was like a Saturday, I did, 6 pages or whatever. I think it was because I had a goal of completing my son's school albums before he graduated in June. And then from, I'll say, July through the end of the year, I really fell off. Some months I only did 2 or 3 pages. So I was a little disappointed in myself for that. So I am going to try to make an effort this year. Of course, the beginning of the year always starts out strong. Part of it is because during the summer we are boaters and I'm on the boat all summer. So hoping this year turns out a little bit better. But anyway, so I finished my 2024 boating album. I did that a couple weeks ago. That's all set. I do have the video up for that if you want to take a look through the album. I am now working on, believe it or not, 2011 Christmas. So I do hop around a little bit. It's really dependent upon what I'm in the mood to scrapbook at the time. It's the holiday season, although Christmas is over. I am still kind of in holiday spirit. So I decided I am going to do a Christmas album right now. I chose 2011 because I really don't have that many pictures. So I'm hoping that I can complete the album within the month and then start something else. And quite honestly, as I was going through the pictures really aren't that quality. And I don't know if it was because most of the pictures were on my camera, if they're older, definitely not taken with my cell phone. I know that for sure. Or if my son was... Actually, I think my son was still a baby, so it's not even 2011. I think these are 2010. I have to look now that I think about it. Let's see, this is 2010. So see, I was wrong. I said 2011. It's 2010. And now that I think about it, I already made my title page, and my title page says 2014. So what in the world was I thinking? I need to fix that. Holy cow. I can't believe I did that. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm working on 2010 Christmas, not 2011. See what happens? I'm so far behind. I don't even know what I'm working on. But I do know my son was a baby. He was only 4 months old. So I don't know if that is part of the reason that I just don't have a lot of photos or really why. So anyway, the point of the story is I think that I'm hopeful that I could get this album done in a month because I don't have that many pictures. However, that said, I am doing something a little bit different this time, which I've never done before, but I've heard and read more and more people that are doing this. I'm doing 2 albums. I'm doing one for each of my kids. The older they get and the more that they take an interest or disinterest in the albums that I complete, I realize that when it's time for my albums to be passed along to them, A, I don't want them to fight over them, and B, I want them to have albums that they want to show their kids. For example, they don't want to show their kids albums with me and my friends in it. They want to show their kids albums with them in it growing up. I've heard a lot of grandparents doing albums like this for their grandkids, doing like 3 duplicate albums. And I'm going to try it with Christmas and this Christmas album, see how it goes. I've actually divided up my pictures. I did print a lot of duplicates, so for pictures that I want to put in both albums. And then there's pictures that I have of just one son I'm going to put in his album, and the other son I'll put in the other album. I don't know if I'm going to like it, how it's going to be, if it's going to be too stressful, if it's going to add too much time to it. but I'm kind of hopeful that it doesn't. I don't know. We'll see. I'm willing to try it, and if it doesn't work out, then I won't do it again. No harm done. So anyway, so today I have 7 photos. I found a layout in the 52 Scrapbooking Project Recipes book that I'm going to use. It is Project Recipe number 14, using the Christmas Cheer collection. So I'm not using Christmas Cheer, I'm actually using Christmas Charm, and the Christmas Charm collection was the 2024 Christmas release from Crestive Memories. I am modifying it, of course, just a little, like I always do, because my photo sizes are a little bit off. All of my photos are landscape. So I'm going to have to cut them to be 4x4. I'm going to do 4x4s in each picture instead of 4x5 and 4x3. And then these pictures will be fine. So that's what I'm trying. It actually kind of looks like a little bit complicated. I'm thinking that these are folded over. So which is why I actually wanted to video this one, because I feel like it's going to be a little bit more detailed than other layouts that I've done in the past. So I have all my tools with me. I have my 12-inch trimmer, which of course is my favorite tool. I use this for everything. On the back, I have a couple, I have 3 different blades. I have the wave blade, the stamping blade, the scoring blade, and then I have an extra straight blade. I've never had to swap my straight blade out. I've had this since it came out, and I've never changed it. I do change the mat quite often, and I actually can see that I'm actually going to be due for a new mat probably as I finish this album. As I work on this album, I'll be due for a new mat, which that's easy enough to pop out and replace. I have my 13-inch mats, cutting mats. They're cutting mats. I use them as work mats. I really like them. I'm a little dirty. I have my scissors. I have 3 different tape runners. I have my mini tape runner. I have my original tape runner, and I have my repositionable tape runner. I don't know that I'm going to need them all, but I wanted to have them handy just in case. My multi-purpose tool, which I use often for things not scrapbooking related. Of course, my scissors. I have my photo trimmer. I do still have the old photo trimmer. I like it. It works fine. I've put marks on it. I'm not ready to start to go with the new one yet. I feel like it might need a design upgrade before I switch to it. I've heard a lot of people that keep cutting themselves on it, so that one works fine. And then I have the Jingle Bell's decorative punch, so we'll see. Oh, and lastly, I have something new. I have the matte ruler guide. So this is really nice. It has grooves on the top and the bottom, and it has like a little rubbery piece. So when you're lining something up, you can use the guide ruler to line it up. It's not perfect. I feel like it needs to be it's probably like 1/8 of an inch too long. I wish it was just a little bit more snug. But I think it's definitely, they're in the right direction with this. And I think that maybe, again, another upgraded piece to the mat could be attaching this and make it a little bit easier, but that's just my thought. Okay, I have my Christmas charm, and I chose this to A, for the colors, and B, because I have some coordinating stickers that I may end up using. And I think, yeah, I have embellishments too. So I will likely use those in this. And I do keep, when I get the decorative collections, the paper packs, and if I get the stickers, embellishments, photo mats, I stick them right in the bag so that they're all together, because I do like to try to keep the same color patterns and schemes together when I'm doing a layout. Okay, I need for this one, I need 3 different designer pieces of paper. 2 of which are going to be used on both sides. So this is one that I'm going to use on both sides. Although I don't know quite so much about this side, but I have it for now. I have this one. On the back, it's some green. I have these trees, which I really like the trees. And I like the gold on the back. And then these last 2 are going to be my base pages. And they are going to be different. I am really trying to follow the project recipe pretty closely in terms of color patterns and design. So again, they use Christmas cheer, So their green was a plaid green, and then this is like looks like polka dots or something. So it's similar. Mine is plaid facing the other way, and then this is stars. Okay. We shall see how this actually goes. I'm gonna start with this one here. This is gonna be the largest piece that I use. So I need one 3.5 by 12, and then I need one 8.5 by 8.5. So I'm going to cut the 3.5 by 12 first. I feel like that's gonna be a little bit easier to cut. And then that is gonna end up going on this side somewhere. Let's see, goes all the way to the edge. And then from this one, I'm gonna cut the 8.5. So now it's already 8.5 widthwise. So now lengthwise, it's gonna be 8.5. And I'm gonna hold this. It says to use the punch shapes, which is the jingle bells. I don't yet know if that's what I'm gonna use this for or not. I have to decide. So just setting it, I'll set that on that side. And then there are a lot of punch shapes that it calls for. So this one, I'm gonna do this, okay. So this is directional. And on this one here, it calls for 4 1.5 by 9.5 inch pieces. And those are gonna go around the edge of this. So I actually want to keep this directional the best I can, and I am going to use this way around. So I want to cut it that way. So I need 4. I'm going to start by 1.5, and then I'll cut them to the 9.5 after. Excuse me, 1/2 inch, not even 1.5. It's a 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch here is going to go to right here. But I would rather, let's see. So each of these spots in here is a 1/2 inch. So I think I'm gonna actually trim this so that I can use the center pieces and make those a 1/2 inch. Because those, as I look here, those are 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna actually do that. So I can keep the integrity of the design as best as I can. And it doesn't use the whole paper, so I know I'll have plenty left over. Might be just a little bit off, but that's okay. So I have just a little bit of green left on there. I didn't quite cut it short enough, but that's okay. I think it'll be too hard if I try to cut it like this now. Holding the blade and holding the paper in place and trying to get a straight cut like this. And I guess I could try it. I use my tool here to hold it in place. Yeah, it didn't really cut. That's okay. I'll put it towards the underside of the paper. All right, and I'm gonna do the same here. Making sure that I actually cut to the edge this time. Still didn't. I want to cut off that white part. So if the paper is not printed quite right, and this one doesn't look like it is either, it's going to be a little bit hard to get it exactly the way I want it, but it's pretty close. Again, the part that doesn't line up, I will put underneath. Oh, this one might be almost perfect. That one was pretty perfect. Okay, I need one more. Let's see. And if I end up not having enough left of this, which I might not now that I'm looking at this, I have another sheet. This is the first time I've used this paper pack, so I can get another sheet, or I can just use something else to cut the remaining pieces that I need from the pattern on the back side. All right, that's a little small, but that's okay. All right, so I did that, and then I need 4 2.5 by 2.5 and 2 3x4. So I think I can do, I'm gonna do the 3x4. 4 and 3x4, and I have a piece left. I'll set that aside, and then I need 4 2.5 by 2.5. So I'm going to cut to the 2.5. This is extra, and then 2.5. 2.5. So I always cut everything first for both layouts. Do you cut first, or do you cut layout, cut layout? Like, do you do it as you go along? Just curious. Okay, and then on this page, it says to punch shapes, which that's fine. I'll leave that aside for now. So I need 2 4x6s. I just love these colors. And the photos that I'm using for this layout is my son decorating the tree. And then I need 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 2.5 by 2.5. And it calls for 2 strips. I'll set that aside for my punch shapes, which I might use cardstock for the punch shape because I'm going to use the Jingle Bells. But we'll see. I'll decide. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get my finger out of there. 5, 6, and 7. So again, that's 7 2.5 by 2.5. So I think I'm done with this for now. I should be done with it completely, but I'll set it aside. Okay, and now it's time to lay everything out and figure out how I'm going to do it. So let me think of something here. Okay, so I was worried that I didn't cut the right mats for this, and I kind of didn't because I have this extra piece, but that's okay. I don't need to use it. So I'm going to start to lay everything out and see how it comes together. I honestly don't know how to do these corners. I probably should read the directions. I haven't. I'm more of a visual person than visual direction follower than a reading the directions. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so it's saying to find the corner, the middle of each one. All right, I'm gonna lay this stuff down first, and I'm gonna do those corner ones last, just because I think they're gonna be a little bit more time consuming to do. And this is gonna go, it's 8.5, so it's gonna go, see now, this I think is where my guide is gonna come very handy. So I want it to be 1 3/4. That looks about right. And then 2 and 1 3/4 down. Okay, so I want it to be lined up like that. All right. So I have the top and the bottom lined up on the 1 3/4 where it needs to go. And then on the side, I'm going up 1 3/4. And just, I'm gonna line the bottom up with that 1 3/4. There, okay. That was actually really easy. I'm gonna do these. Oh, I didn't cut them to the, what do they have to be? What did it say, 9? So I have to cut them to be 9.5, so I have to cut 2.5 inches off of each one. So I'm just going to use my paper trimmer. It's a little bit easier. And it is going to overlap because of the corners. Because we're going to put corners over them. Whoops. So it's okay that they overlap. And like I said, I'm going to go underneath the one that I didn't quite cut enough. Okay. Let me adhere all of this down. I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to use my mini tape runner for this. And just ever so slightly under the edge of that. If I can get it under there. There we go. Same thing with this top piece. I will do it with all of them. I'll just put the edge just a little bit underneath there so that they're all the same looking. There we go. All right. Kind of like it with the alternating patterns too. All right, now I'm going to do these squares before I do anything else. Anything else meaning the photos. Let's see. I want to do a dot in the middle. I feel like it's kind of a little bit complicated. I guess I can use my trimmer to get the dot. Just to know where to fold. Then is what I'm trying to find out. Let's see. I'll use my pencil, I suppose. I almost feel like I need my new ruler guide. I feel like that's going to be a little... Oops, I didn't put this down. Let me do this before I forget. Let me do it down here. 2.5. The center is 1.25. 1.25. This over here. I think I can actually lay them all out. If I lay them on the line, all right, and then I'm going to go lay this on the one. Whoops. One and a quarter. 1.25. And 1.25. So I'm just putting a little dot on the 1.25 on every one, because that's going to be the center point, because it's 2.5 by 2.5. And then I know where to fold to. I'm going to fold the corners to the dot. Either this color or a different color. I mean, I'll figure that part out. But. All right, I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to lay these out. I'll have to do it twice. They will not all fit. I probably need to flip some of them around because I think some of them go backwards. All right, 1.25. I probably should be using a marker instead of a pencil, but that's fine. It works. Okay. Now I can decide how and where I'm going to lay them all out. Let me get my tape runners ready. All right, I'm going to do the page on the left first. So they're pretty much all the same. So MNOP. So MNOP. So I need 4 of, which one do I want to use? One of these. I kind of feel like maybe I want to use I like it just like that. So I'm going to do the red and the green like that. All right. So I need 4 of these. And then I need to use tape to fold it and hold it down. So I'm just folding it to the points are in the middle where I made my dots. And then I'm going to adhere it to here. So I need to do that for these. This side. Okay, so I need to remark this one here. It's not marked. What did I do with the others? I am getting brave and doing it right on here. Right on the top. actually going to put my tape runner on it before I fold it over. One step better. These go here. So this particular layout I'm not doing for both albums because obviously my other son was a baby and he did not help decorate the tree. So we will not have a decorating the tree layout in his album. But other layouts I do, like the Santa presents and stuff, those will all be duplicate. But I'll probably have to use, because I don't have duplicate of most page kits, decorative papers, so I will have to use 2 different collections as I go through them. Which I think, you know, again, as I think about it, talk about it, it's going to be a little bit complicated for sure. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at it now. And I see my, had I paid attention, my diagonals are going different directions. And I should have done it differently. Had I paid attention a little bit more, I wonder if I switch it, it will, I can get them to go the same way. Yep, I just need to switch these ones around. Multi-purpose tool to the rescue. And since I pulled it up, I am going to do a little bit more tape. There we go. And now my diagonals will all go in the right direction. So for the last one, I just have to pay attention as to how I fold it. Because I want it to go this way, so. Yep. Folding to the point and folding to the point. It's actually a little bit easier than I thought to do that part of it. Just a little bit time consuming. All right, and this is going to go up here. Okay, that side is done. Now for this side, again, it looks, oh, I see. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alternating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So do I want to do it this way? I kind of don't know that I like this pattern on the back here now. Or do I want it this way? I feel like I like the red side up. I'll do it that way. Right. If I don't like it, I'll just find a different one. And this one. I want it to match what I already did. So these actually all need to be on this side. And they're going to go like this. Okay. That's going to go like that. I don't know that I like that color as well. I feel like it needs a little bit more red. I think I almost feel like the green is just a little bit too much, so I might have to find different paper for this side. Yeah, I don't like those colors at all. I definitely feel like I need some red. Definitely different color white as I look at this. I feel like the green is just, it's just too much green. This side it was fine. This side it's just a little too much green. Let me see what else I have for paper that I could use. That's in here. That's kind of busy. potentially work. It's all very, very busy though. But I feel like that's a little bit better because it's got some white in it and the red on the back. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of this. I am pivoting for sure this time. Oh, I can't do that one. Alright, I'm going to have to find another kind of paper to use. Alright, I'm going to pause and find another sheet of paper from another collection. I don't really think those colors go. So this is from Magic of Christmas, which is this 2025 release. But I do think this is going to go. Starting over. Let's see, how big is this? 8.5. I need 7 altogether, so let's see how many I get from here. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. And put these ones away. And I am going to use this one. Very busy, but I'm gonna try it anyway. I'm not really normally into busy paper, but probably maybe why I'm gonna struggle a little bit, because this layout definitely has a lot of patterns in it. A lot. When you're using 3 sheets of decorative paper and the pattern on both sides. All right. And I still have to punch my jingle bells. So I think I'm going to use cardstock for those. All right, 1 1/4. And how do they do it? So do I want it this way or do I want it this way? I think I'm going to go this way. Yeah, okay. I'm deciding which corners I want to fold in, and I want to fold in on this. So let me get to get my paper lined up so I can make my marks. 1, 2, 3. If you don't yet have this guide ruler, I highly, highly suggest you get one. Please feel free to reach out to me and comment below. Visit my website. It's creativememories.com/user/jroy, ROY, or I will link it down below. All right, and then I'm going to go this way or this way. All right, I have to see which way I'm going here. I have to make one so I can see which way I want to fold in the other ones. Excuse me, that came out of nowhere. I already like that better. That, and I want to go this way. folding on the red. Oops, did not put my paper down. I definitely think this is better already. I haven't laid them out yet, but my corners do overlap just a little bit. That's okay. I say the corners, I meant the peaks. Okay, put this back, and now I'm gonna start with this one up here, and there. And this is actually the easy part. They're literally just getting lined up next to each other. It looks more complicated than it actually is to do this part. They're not perfect at the moment, but I really like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay these ones down. I'm gonna pull it just a little bit closer so that I can see a little bit better in front of me. I'm gonna start on the bottom, and I'm gonna line it up right on the bottom. And I'm just lining them up so they touch or slightly overlap if they're not quite, if the creases aren't quite the same. They should be, but I didn't use a ruler or a measure or anything. So, I mean, I measured, but not when I folded the creases. And obviously you could do this layout with anything. It didn't have to be Christmas. I think a baby layout would be really cute. A birthday layout would be really cute. July 4th. I think in general this is just a really, it's a little bit time consuming, but I think it's a very versatile layout. Okay, now I'm gonna do my photos. Make sure that's lined up again. Again, my photos in here are going to be a little bit different, so I'm going to do my photos on this side first. And I'm going to do, let's see, it's going to go 1, 2, and again, had I watched my directions, I would have had my, the diamonds going a different direction, which I guess I could not know I'm done. Let's see. I guess it doesn't matter which side I use. Maybe I should use this side. This side might be better. Yeah, I'll do that side. Okay. And the photos on this side are going to be these 3. I have to trim my photos. These are going to be 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. And 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. don't want to cut off his. I think I can cut off just a little. Okay, that's gonna go there. And then this one is going to be 3 3/4 wide. Two and 3/4. I am going to have the journal on here. My son took this picture. He wanted to take a picture of one of the ornaments. That's why there's not really much in the picture. So it calls to put it up there. I'm going to put it in the bottom picture. Yeah, I just kind of adjusted it a little bit, flip-flop these. All right, this side is going to be done, minus stickers and or embellishments. All right, and on this side, I need my photos to be 4 by 3s. 4. 3. I don't like to do that small. Oh, no, I was gonna do 4 by 4. Yeah, 4 by 4. Whew, I'm glad I remembered. I would not have been happy if I cut them too small. I'm automatically cutting off the empty space on the right. It's just too much. And granted, there's a lot of tree, but I'd rather have more tree than the empty space. Okay. These actually do go in an order. So that's gonna go there. I think this is actually gonna work out quite well. Yep. That's almost perfect. Okay. I'm super happy with this. Just saying. not overlapping on my corners, folded pieces. It's working out well. And I mean, quite honestly, I don't really think I need a title. I think it's pretty self-explanatory what's happening here. They obviously had a title because they only had 3 pictures here. So if you only had 3 photos that you wanted to do here, it's 4 by 5. These 2 would be 4 by 5, 4 by 3, and then this would be 4 by 3. I chose to do 4 by 4 because I had 4 photos. And now I'm going to check out my embellishments. Oh, I didn't punch my bells. Let me see. Initially, I liked this gold, but I feel like that's going to be too much with that now. So I feel like if I'm going to do the gold, I need them to be a different color, like an actual cardstock gold. All right, I'm going to see what I have. Don't know that I have a big enough piece of gold. I think I might alternate gold and this maroon. I don't think I've used this bunch yet. This is a brand new one. They're definitely kind of big. I'm just going to slide this out of the way. I need 7. Oh no, every other. So I'm going to start with the maroon. Yep, first time using this punch. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that's super cute. And I think the colors go really well. As long as I don't need too many of these, which I don't. And then I'm going to do a couple gold ones for this side. I don't know if I'm going to use them, but oh, for sure. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Do I want 2 or do I want 4? I kind of think I want 4. I don't know if I have enough paper to do 4. I have to scrunch together the best I can here. Kind of cut that off a little bit. I don't think I'm going to get 4 out of here. Especially like that where they're getting caught. Oh, maybe I can get like a half of one out of here. Let's see what I can get. Oh, almost. Almost got it. The ribbon got cut off on the top. So I guess I'll have to just use 2. That's okay. I'll find something else to put there. All right. I'm gonna go mini tape runner. This would probably be good for repositionable tape runner. Okay. I'll do my repo tape. So this is just an old sticker sheet. Obviously like an ABC sticker sheet. It had stickers on it because it's got the, like this, I'll say like the shiny non-stick material. That's how I do my, I'm actually on the wrong side. That's how I do my repositionable tape. I'm gonna do all 4 and I'll put them back down. Oops. Go right over them. Super easy when there's a lot of intricate pieces like this or tiny pieces. It's basically a dot runner. So I don't know if you could see. It's got like the little dots on it. I've heard that some people have switched completely and this is all they use. I don't like it that much to use it for everything, but I don't mind it for this because that's because I had the wrong side. All right, I might see if I have another piece of this gold. I really want to do 4. Sure enough, I do. Because I knew exactly where this was. So this is old Crestive Memories. This was, I think it was a thank you gift. Yeah, this was Twinkle Photo Mats 2006. Yeah, this is 20 years old and I still have some. That's how long I've been scrapbooking. And then some, actually. Started in, I think, 99. I'm going to keep the circle. I'm not going to change that. I've never actually used these with the design on the side. I've always just used them for the silver or the gold. Like I am right now. I'm just going to use it for the gold. Because I do want to do one more Jingle Bell. Does anybody still have this? Am I the only one that still has these mats? Or do you remember them? Did you ever use them? I have so much, whoops, I cut it, didn't cut it in there. I have so much stuff that's old. So much original Crestive Memories. When they got bought out the first time, and I can't remember who it was, I was no longer a consultant at that time. I started again, let's see, I was a consultant from I think 2000 to 2005 or 2006. And then I started again in 2017, I want to say. Best decision I've ever made. If you are on the fence about whether or not you want to be a consultant and you have any questions, please message me below. Leave a comment. Find me on my Facebook page, Memory Keeping with Jen, 2 N's. Visit my Crestive Memories site. Send me an email there. There's so many ways. Oh, the links are down there. There's so many ways you can contact me. Facebook, comment below. I know it's harder to leave email address and kind of have a conversation in the comments here. So definitely, please reach out to me on my Facebook page. Reach out to me on my Crestive Memories site. I'm happy to share my journey with you and why I say this is the best decision I've ever made. I love being a consultant. I think there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of learning, and honestly, I do it for myself. This is the one thing that is my thing. Okay, so I have that, and now this just calls for, shows some embellishments here, maybe something here. I could do another, I don't want to do another Jingle Bell, I'm done with Jingle Bells. And then something I'm not going to do anything over here because I have the Jingle Bell there, which I could take that out, but I'm going to kind of wait and see. Let's see what we have. Let's see what I can come up with. I'm not opening the second one. These are like bigger things. These look like big, like Christmas trees and presents, which obviously would go really well, but I do think there's a couple smaller ones in here I'm gonna look at first. Reindeers are cute, but oh, definitely I like these ornaments. But then the question becomes, do I use the ornaments with I might cover up that one. See, I cut it and I didn't need to. Do I use these ornaments on one of these trees? A little sizing is just a little off there. This one I just feel like it's too busy with my color. But I do like it. What about the stickers? Let's see. Ah, decorate the tree. How perfect is that? Literally can't get any better than that. But where do I want to put it? Put it over here. Whoops. Some of these, is there ornaments on here? There are not. Yes, I am totally just taking a random guess as to where I want to put these. Do it kind of like that. I really want it to be like this. And this kind of covers up the, there we go, I can kind of do it like that. It's just too much. It's too busy, too busy. Nothing on the back. Do I want to just do two? I think I'm good with that. Oh wait, what are these? Oh, different ornaments. Yeah, I think I'll do it with the three. Oh, that one looks kind of big. It's always the worst part, figuring out the decorations, the embellishments. I don't know, I always struggle with it. And then this, I could do a little bit of journaling in there. Not that I want to do a lot, but that's done. Let me put these down. Okay, that, and then do I want to put this down or not put this down? I will do. I will journal offline. I'm done with this. All right, there we go. My 2-page layout. Project Recipe 14 in the 52 Scrapbooking Project Recipe book. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this gives you some inspiration for your own pages or ideas. Again, I loved doing this part here. I think it's super versatile. Again, if you missed earlier, each square is 2.5 inches folded with the points in the middle and just laid together. Photos are, what were these? 5 3/4 by 3 3/4, and these were 4 by 4. If you have any thoughts or comments, please feel free to leave a message below. I love reading all the messages and I do respond to them. As always, please feel free to visit me on my website, Crestive Memories website, or my Facebook page for more ideas, tips, tricks, or to reach out to me. Both of those links can also be found in the description below. Thank you so much. Happy New Year and happy scrapbooking. Take care.